Hey, welcome everyone. First of all, I want to apologize that I've been away from the recordings for last 2, 3 weeks. I've just been going through a lot of moving around, changing my apartment, also visiting my parents here back in India. So I was just traveling a bit and I didn't really get a chance to record last couple of weeks. But hopefully, I'll be able to continue this session. I just have one more big event coming October end, family and stuff. But apart from that, everything is back to normal. So I'm glad to be able to record this video actually because this week is a very, very important week. We have option expiration week this week. Uh, Last week, SPY made 52 weeks low and bounced, very, very aggressively after that drop. CPI report came in and then we bounced very aggressively. So I want to talk about what to expect this week, how to play certain ideas, swing ideas, and stuff like that. So those who are new to the channel and those who are old, I just have one quick thing I want to point out is that I am now transitioning to Traditix, which is also option analytics tool. I think that I've kind of spent some time over the last few weeks while I was not recording, trying to learn the new tool. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised by how much it offers compared to the other tools out there. And I just wanted to give it a chance. And honestly, I'm liking it a lot, and I might transition completely to Traditix, and I'll go over some of the cool features in a separate video. But for today, I want to focus on what to expect for the upcoming week and what to expect in general for the market. Is this the end game, or can we expect a massive bull run? And questions like that. So I'm not a financial advisor. This is just an opinion, and you're responsible for managing risk, taking profits, and stuff like that. And let's quickly go over what to expect this week. So first of all, if you go to the daily chart, and this is by the way SPX US 500. So now you can see first that market is gapping up. Right now we are up 1.2% by at the time of this recording, roughly 2 hours before the Monday open on 17th. So market is looking like it's holding this level now. So this I've talked about in the past is that when you see a stock, when you see something holding a level for days now, SPY has been kind of holding the SPX is holding this 3575 level, right? 3600. So that's a key data point. So we are holding this level for a while now, for almost, I would say, 4 weeks now. We are holding this level. We had a massive week last week, massive volatile week here. I mean, look at these VIX all the way to 3720 and then 3490, right? Big move up and down. So now question is, do we reverse from here? And I personally think that yes, there is a chance that we reverse, and I'll tell you why I think that is and what could be the reason why it does not. So let's go over some of the things. First of all, is that this week is an option expiration week. What I mean by that is a lot of options will expire. So a lot of open interest which are there is going to expire either worthless or in the money. So let's quickly go over SPY. Now, this is a Traditix tool here. So right now I'm looking at SPY option summary. So this tool offers a lot compared to previous tools I've used. And it's a little bit difficult to digest all the information because there is so much information. So I'm going to cover this separately in different videos. But for now, what you want to look towards is that what I'm mostly interested now, since it's OPEX week, is I'm interested in dealer positioning. And why is that? Because massive unwinding happens during the option expiration week. The reason is that we have Vantage flow, Charm flow, Gamma flow, and the deltas all kind of combining these four superpowers, right? During OPEX week, they come into play, especially Vana and Charm before the Wednesday VIX expiration. So now, quickly, let's go over some of the things I want to talk about. Is first of all, on this chart, you can see that dealers are net. delta positive right now, since it's been a while since the dealers are delta positive on SPY. We were delta negative, but now we are delta positive. What that means is that on the other side of this equation, right? Like for example, this is positive delta. So dealers are right now positive delta. Someone is a negative delta on the other side, which makes sense because retailers, institutions, funds, everyone is hedging right now. Yeah, everyone is going for the puts. So someone has to provide the liquidity for it. Now, who is providing that? The market makers. So dealers are providing that liquidity. Hence, they are selling you the puts. If they are selling you the puts, they become exposed to positive delta. If that happens, they have to short the underlying. So in this case, they have to short SPY. And if you don't really understand this concept, I recommend watching this guide here on the YouTube. I think it's free, so you can just watch it. Just go to the TraderTix channel and you'll be able to watch it. Um, but what I'm trying to say is that, dealers have been positive delta, and that's why you're seeing, this massive move to the downside because they have to short the underlying because you guys are, everyone, us are buying puts. So we have seen a lot of puts on the flow, and someone has to provide liquidity on the other side. And now, since VIX expiration is coming close, now let's look at gamma as well. So when you combine delta and gamma, you can just gamma, for example. Now, one thing is very cool and interesting is that now you can see dealers were whole year negative gamma. There were some days of positive gamma, and the price after that quickly followed up. We had this massive down day here after this one though, and we had a up day after this one. We had an up day after this one. So there's not really anything you can draw just inside from this chart. We have to look everything in combination, the charts below here, which I'll go through in a second. But what I want to say is that look, the dealer gamma is starting to become positive. Now this can change over the week, but from the information which we have on last week, right, last 5 days, what we can do here is last 5 days. I'm gonna change it to last 5 days. So this gives the data for the Greek's correlation. So what I want to do is select delta and gamma. So now the correlation is 0.2. This is a big correlation, right? Minus 0.2 here. So what that means is that delta plus gamma exposure is strong enough so that we can correlate some information from it. And now when you look here, this yellow dot here, this yellow dot right here, it's all the way to the extreme right here. It's around between 0 to 0.5, right? So what this means is that the price of the underlying can move a lot because you can see right around this level, you see massive moves here. This is the previous time when previously the X plus delta was around this, you could see massive moves to the upside and the downside. So this is what this is expecting. And now you can see price distribution as well. So this is something to pay attention to. When the price distribution says that there will be massive move, it could happen to the upside, but it won't last more than 1 or 2 days. As per the current distribution, as per the current data, this can change. And I'll tell you why that is important and what could happen, right? So right now the probability seems to be towards the downside here with a lot of downside momentum, 3% to 4.5%. Now this can change. And the reason I'm telling you is now we need to look at the dealer open interest. What this means is that, this gives you an idea on that what is the stance of someone who sold all these puts to you guys, all these puts to us, right? So now you can see dealers are extremely positive delta. This is a big bar here, extremely positive delta. What that means is they're extremely short right now in the market because you guys are buying the puts, we are buying the puts, everyone is buying the puts, right? And someone on the other side is selling, so they will always want to remain neutral. So if they are selling puts, they'll become bullish, right? And if they so hence they have to short equivalent, multiply by 100, shares. And without going much into detail, right, that they are short right now. But what happens when the expiration comes, right? All the shares which they were short, if these are out of money, they have to buy it back. They have to cover it. And this can lead to two things, in my opinion, right? if either the price is pinned because they are positive gamma, the price could either be pinned to a certain level after Wednesday. We can see massive moves upside and then pull back to the downside, or a massive rally. That is possible when they start to cover. And another thing to notice here is the charm effect. Now, charm effect again on the 21st, which is end of this week, you can see is a massive effect. What this means is that as we are approaching the expiration, the effect of charm on delta will be high. So this value will change a lot this week based on the underlying move and the time remaining. So we will see what happens. I think every move to the upside, you know, is either going to pin the price back, and if it crosses a certain level, and after Wednesday, when like when Charm and Vanna will not really affect the market much because of the expiration on Wednesday, then we'll see what happens. But until Wednesday, we could see massive short covering in the market by the dealers, and we could see massive move to the upside. And as long as we are holding this 3600 level, on a closing basis, there is a chance that dealers will pull the price back all the way, up, and they could even unwind their positions if they're, out of money. So this upcoming week is very, very important. Now, real quick, let's look at some of the key levels to watch. So now this is spot checks here. So instead of kind of watching this level, you can just watch it on the chart here on SPY chart up. So what I will do here, I'll go to the stock dashboard. So it has cool, like, options dashboard, stock dashboard. And here, what one thing cool which I like is that sort of 15-minute chart. You can map these gamma exposure levels, which act as support and resistance. Now here, what cool thing is, what I think is super cool is, let me expand this, is now pre-market we can see that, so these green bars is where price, literally comes back to. It's kind of like acting as a magnet, so you can see that price kind of come back to this level. So many times it come back to this level. We kind of come back to this level here, which is the around 357, right? So if we cross above 360.5, right? This is the level here. If we cross, and this is the illiquid zone, we can really quickly move towards 368, right? And since 368 is another repelling zone, either it rejects this area and we come back down, or we go straight to this red area. The strong level here is the roughly around 357, 367 to 370. So we can even go to 370 if the momentum is strong, and that's why we could see massive move to the upside. And we can even fill this gap here all the way, till 372 if the momentum is strong. Or another possibility is that we get rejected around, around this level, right around 365, and we pull back around, and we price is pinned under around this level. But with all the earnings coming soon next week, I think that and VIX being so high, and if VIX is unwinds, I think there will be a massive move, and there could be a massive move to the upside. But keep in mind that if we do break below these levels, specifically if we break below 350, right, or 353, we could see 2 to 4% down days every day, because that's what the price distribution has told us, right? That we can see that. So let's go back to that chart. Seasonality wise, November and October is a pretty good month for SPY. So, you know, that's something to also consider. But yeah, as I said, right, price distribution so far, if I select the delta and gamma and select last 5 days, you can 10 days, no, sorry, 5 days. You can change this to 1 day as well, which would be just Friday's options, but you can see the correlation is not much. So what you want to see is 5 days. And when you see that, you can see here that, okay, we might have a big move up, but then remaining consecutive days, we might have a choppy days. But this can change, so we keep monitoring this data. As I said, that dealers open interest is huge right now on the expiration. So that's something to keep in mind. So now let's look at the chart itself. Pre-market, we are ripping right now. We are basically up like 1.2%. So here, right around 1.3% we are up. So what to look for on SPX now? So I think, as I said earlier, right, if we cross through this 365 level on SPY, roughly 3650 on SPX, I think there is a chance that we could go to 3700, 3685, 3700. And if you break 3700, we could even see 3720, right? And will this be a start of a rally or chop? That's hard to tell right now. We will see how the market will behave. But looks like we held the weekly 200 MA. Looks like we were holding the weekly 200 moving average. So if you look here, we are kind of, holding this for last 4 weeks. And it looks like we got this reversal bar. Now it could definitely go back down as well, get rejected and come down. But so far things are starting to look like there might be a short-term rally in the market. And clean level here, if 3560 breaks, 3550, we are back to this, kind of dump area here. But until then, it's starting to look like market might move up. We have big earnings coming next 2 weeks. We have Apple. We have uh, other names as well. Mostly, I think Apple would move the market a lot. So that's something to pay attention to. So now question is, how do you play this, right? So in my opinion, if you buy calls, the problem with that is, first of all, market is super, super volatile, right? So if volatility starts to decrease, the call premiums will start to lose value. So how do you play it? I think the best way to actually play is to sell puts. When you see a dip around, let's say it dips to 3600, 3610, or 361 on SPY, if it dips, then you sell puts. You open a bullish credit spread where you sell, let's say you sell 355 put and you buy 352 put to protect your position. You can even, sell 2-3 weeks out, not 0 DT. You can sell 2-3 weeks out. And that way, you are still bullish and you're capturing the volatility. And if you are that way, you can play it. Another way to play is that if the momentum is there daily, you buy 0 DT calls or 1 DT calls and you can play it that way. And if we break 365, look for 37, 370 as 368 and 370 as the target. So those are the key things to keep in mind with respect to SPY and SPX. Now, a couple other names I'm watching for a potential swing play would be, first one is Walmart. Now, seasonality wise, if you look Walmart, now retail season is coming, a lot of holiday season is coming, a lot of people will buy stuff, a lot of footsteps in Walmart, and earnings are coming soon as well. It's been holding this level despite market sell off. So I feel like Walmart is looking like it might be ready to make a move up, maybe potentially fill this gap to 146. So Walmart's starting to look like a decent swing play. Again, how do we play it? You can play calls on the day it's moving up and you can swing some runners. The best way, in my opinion, is to sell puts and, don't, oversize, because market's still kind of a bearish territory. So we could see sell off. But in my opinion, it's starting to look like Walmart can move up. So first of all, Walmart, and, confirmation would be break of 135. If 135 breaks, we could see 140 and 142. Another one to watch is Pfizer. Now, Pfizer is on weekly demand zone. Pfizer and untested on top of that, so it kind of bounced from there and looks like it's holding. Earnings are coming soon. Johnson & Johnson, Abbott Laboratories, both are reporting earnings next week. So this could be a move. Pfizer can move up based on that. The 4-hour chart looks absolutely primed to break out. And since market is back capping up, it could go today or next tomorrow as well. So Pfizer is something to watch. The key level for Pfizer is 45. 45 breaks. We could see 48 on Pfizer or 47, depending on how much the momentum is. Still in a downtrend, so it needs to kind of break that. So I think, we could still go up here, and around 45 needs to break. So a lot of room to go to the upside. I like the Pfizer setup. And, if we break below 41, then we have more potential downside. So right now it's starting to look bullish, and if you notice the EMAs as well starting to turn bullish here on the lower time frames, 2 hours, you can see we are actually turned bullish here. 1341 EMA flipped, and now we're starting to look bullish. So both of these kind of look interesting, right? So I'm gonna quickly go over the Walmart as well in terms of the flow, because Walmart flow has been a little bit bullish. So you can see here on the top, overall flow is bullish, and you can here see which expiration kind of they're buying. And if you notice here, 16th of November, 16th of December has a lot of 125 calls, but we are looking for something better. So now you can see the 133 call for 21st has a lot of open interest. It's kind of far from here, so I think these could be sold calls. Even if these are bought calls, these are very, very out of money. So that's a bullish thing. And another thing to notice here is that if you go to live options flow, which every option flow tool, if it doesn't have live option flow, you should probably not subscribe to it. But this one has it as well. Overall flow is bullish, net premium 0.88 million dollars. And then if you sort it by premium here, you can see puts being sold, call sweeps being coming for 140, 145. Let's pick short expiration, and then you can see some of them are put at ask, put at bid. So short expiration, there's nothing much going on. Premiums are low. So let's look at out of money. Let's look at above ask or ask side, bot side, and you can see that the net flow right now is kind of like all over mixed right now, out of money. But when you go to the actual flow line, sorry, trading flow, sorry, I'm new to this tool, a lot of words, but let's look at Walmart. So this kind of gives you aggregate picture. You don't need to actually look at everything. So let's look at like last 3 days, right? And expiration, let's pick 15 days and add ticker. And Walmart here starts to look like it's bearish actually, but on the top flow here it says bullish. Bullish. So the reason could be that it's just the call premium bullish came, on Friday, and before that it was bearish. So let's quickly verify that as well. So let's look at Walmart 1 day and expiration. I will do 15 days and add ticker. And now you can see that still it's bearish. So what I would do in this case is actually just monitor the flow, because on Friday here it shows bullish. So this could be small orders for puts. It's not necessarily 100% accurate as well. Uh, you know, so always monitor it. And also seasonality wise, Walmart is looking great. So I like Walmart. If it breaks out, if it breaks 135, could be interesting play. And it's in a squeeze as well. On 2 hours, it's in squeeze. On daily, it's on a big squeeze. It could remain in the squeeze as well. It's possible that nothing happens. Um, but we'll keep monitoring it. I think there is a chance that we might break out on Walmart and Target, Costco, all of those. So keep watching them. Pfizer, I like it. It's SPY. Let's keep monitoring it. And I think selling options the way to go in this market, especially with VIX being high. But always be careful. Always manage your risk while selling options, because the volatility is so high that the price swings can affect. So always know what the price action is. If it's a choppy market, go for selling. If it's a more volatile market, have a tight stop, manage the risk, have tight spread and stuff like that. If you're interested in kind of learning more about spreads on SPX specifically, I'm doing this SPX masterclass in the Discord right now. So feel free to join it. It's only for the members right now, but maybe in the future I'll make it open. It's an intense course, so it's gonna take a couple months to finish. So I hope that by the end, a lot of people can learn and stuff. But good luck for this week, and I hope that this information for you useful. If you like the video, please drop a comment. Uh, please drop a like. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you in the next one.